Namaskaram, the South Indian is here. Today we are going to focus on a man who actually transformed Andhra Pradesh, the undivided Andhra Pradesh. Hyderabad started to be called Cyberabad, considering he had apparently done so many innovations so far as IT is concerned that he was being remembered and is still remembered as a man who really transformed undivided Andhra Pradesh. But then things change, and they change in politics like no other field ever. Even as India was winding down after a successful run at the G20 summit on a hectic Sunday, former Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh and Chief of the Telugu Desam Party, N. Chandrababu Naidu, was being driven in the wee hours of Monday morning to Rajahmundry Central Jail. On the previous day, that is 10th of September, even as India was bidding goodbye to leaders from across the world at the G20 summit, Chandrababu Naidu was shifted to the SIT office after being taken to a hospital in Vijayawada for medical tests following a 10-hour-long interrogation. Chandrababu Naidu was later sent to 14-day judicial custody until 23rd of September by an anti-corruption bureau court in Vijayawada in a case of alleged corruption in the 371 crore Andhra Pradesh State Skill Development Corporation scam. Now let's take a look at the timeline of Naidu's arrest. All the visuals are right there on your screen and you can see it, but I'll first tell you about the scam. The scam dates back to 2014 when Chandrababu Naidu proposed to set up a skill development corporation across the state with the aim to provide skills to unemployed youth. But when the tide changed and Jagannath Reddy took over as Chief Minister, he said in the assembly that the Skill Development Corporation was nothing but a scam and Naidu was the main perpetuator and beneficiary. After a preliminary investigation, the APCID registered an FIR in December of 2021 and took up investigation. Yesterday, the Andhra Pradesh Crime Investigation Department, that is CID, said that former Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu was the principal conspirator and accused number 1 in the 371 crore skill development scam. The agency further said that the government order was issued under Mr. Naidu's instructions intending to cause wrongful loss to the public exchequer and pain to private individuals. Now, even as Babu is in prison in Rajahmundry, the cadres of his party, Telugu Desam Party, have spread across the state and very agitated at the imprisonment of their leader. In an extremely emotional tweet, Chandrababu's son, Nara Lokesh, wrote this particular tweet where he said he was pained to see his father in this kind of a situation in a jail and he feels disgusted as well as shocked. We shall now show you the latest visuals of Chandrababu Naidu in Rajahmundry Central Jail, where he was taken during the wee hours of Monday morning. There it is, his vehicle which is approaching. Those are the latest visuals that we are getting from Rajahmundry, the Central Jail, and there is Lord Chandrababu Naidu all alone, although he's been given good treatment as befitting his status. He's been given home cooked food and taken care of. He's got set security as well. The state police has clamped section 144 across the state as tempers are running really high, with TDP cadre accelerating their protests against the arrest of their leader across Andhra Pradesh today. TDP Andhra Pradesh President K. Achan exhorted the party cadre, people and civil society to participate in the agitation and make it a success. The Telugu Desam Party has called for a statewide bandh tomorrow as well as today in protest against the illegal, the word being illegal, arrest of Nara Chandrababu Naidu, atrocities on the party cadre and vengeful politics. However, even as the present Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Jagannath Reddy, exhorted his party workers to not really celebrate and make a big show of Chandrababu Naidu being in jail, there were some who openly expressed immense glee and happiness over Babu's arrest. Take a look.
Chandrababu Naidu chesina tappuki idi starting maatrame. ఇక ప్రతి కేసులో ఆయన చేసిన అవినీతి మొత్తం బయటకు వస్తుంది. ఆయన ఇక బయటికి జీవితంలో వచ్చే పరిస్థితి ఉండదు. సో ఎన్ని కుంభకోణాలు చేశాడో 2014 నుంచి 19 వరకు అన్ని సాక్ష్యాధారాలతో ఉన్నాయి.
Politics does make strange bedfellows, giving rise to stranger optics. On the other side of Chandrababu's arrest, actor Pawan Kalyan, chief of the Janasena party, was faced with a situation on Saturday night when he was denied permission to board a special flight at Begumpet airport. At Jagayyapet in the NTR district near the AP-Telangana border, the police stopped Pawan Kalyan from going to his party headquarters in Mangalagiri to attend the PAC meeting and call on TDP chief N. Chandrababu Naidu. When power star Kalyan was denied permission to board the flight to Vijayawada, he took to the road to go to Mangalagiri. But when he reached the Garikapadu checkpost on the AP-Telangana border, the police stopped his convoy but had to allow his vehicle to move nevertheless after they noticed how the traffic had piled up on the route. However, it was once again stopped further down and the power star lost his cool and he said, "It seems we need a visa and passport to come to Andhra Pradesh." Some more drama unfolded when he got down from his vehicle and began to walk before going back and sitting atop the roof of his car. Later, the police took Pawan Kalyan into custody. Andhra Pradesh is going to election sometime next year, and even as Chandrababu Naidu was prescient about his imminent arrest in the first week of September, will this turn the tide of state politics for good? Let me now go across to all the guests who have joined us. I see Shyam Prasad Mika, I see Sai Chekkar, and I also see Satyanarayana Bolisetti. All of them have joined us, and we'll have yet another guest joining us in a little while to talk about this issue. Shyam Prasad Mika, I want to ask you this. I mean, you know, Chandrababu Naidu, I mean, no one who's arrested will ever say that, you know, great, I've been arrested and it is rightfully so. I mean, the Gandhiist principle is dead, politics is different. But don't you think that Chandrababu Naidu saw this coming? Because he said during the first week and the second week of September that he may be arrested very, very soon by the police. Now, do you also see that the timing of it, considering Jagan Mohan Reddy is travelling abroad, he was abroad, that the timing of it is very well calculated?
See, I think with his level of information he would be having, I think he might have seen it through. And yeah, timing is actually very curious when the chief minister is not here, and also the prime minister is actually too much occupied with the G20. That's a curious coincidence. So should I call, or I don't know? I'll let the users choose it. Now, since Chandrababu's team is not lagging in their proceedings in the court, I think since the process is fully in the court, I don't think we should comment on the merits or demerits of the case, but we should look at the political impact of it. One thing that is coming out clear to me is I don't think the BJP and TDP alliance is going to happen.
Right.
That's one political conclusion I can see. And second, actually, I need to get further information. But as far as the information that is currently available, The Bandh call today given probably premature, and that was lackluster. That's actually bad news for Chandrababu Naidu, because he might actually try and rake up some sympathy and try to gain politically out of this. But that doesn't seem to be the case as of today.
Satya Bolasetti, let me bring you in here. But this is the curious case, like Shyam Prasad Meka says, and I find it very curious that Pawan Kalyan, he was in Delhi with the NDA meeting. He was the only one from Telugu speaking states who was actually invited, and we saw him standing very close to Prime Minister Modi, and there has been talk about whether he is going to go with the BJP, but after that meeting, it was almost like it is just a formality now. But now it seems that your alliance with the BJP is over, considering that you have not only shown kind of, support for Chandrababu Naidu, you've actually gone there and been there. You are present there. So, should one take it like that? Because in politics, nothing comes for free.
Good evening, Sudha, Sadhanand, and also Shyam Prasad ji and other people. And thank you for inviting me into the discussion, because actually I'm traveling from Sweden to US to India, and I'm in Delhi airport now, and my flight is about to call also. So just I would like to be brief. Actually, I would not agree. I would say no to your opinion, because the alliance with the BJP and arrest of Chandrababu Naidu has no relevance. The reason is the arrest is being done by the APCID, and the information they gathered for a long period of time, and they collected all the information, thought it was going to happen about 6-7 months ago. They may initiate this, but they initiated it now. That doesn't mean that it is, as you presumed, it is the alliance with BJP is over there or not there. I'm not going to comment on that. But basically, Pawan Kalyan ji has gone in support of Jagan Mohan Reddy also when there is an attack on him, security lapses of the state, and he said the central government should look into it. For a leader of opposition has been attacked like this in the airport in Visakhapatnam at that time also. And any attack on constitutional rights, fundamental rights, Pawan Kalyan ji will go out of the way. Whether it is Shah Rukh Khan's son in drug allegation case, he will go out of the way. He says that, don't try to drag into the situation, allow the people to have their fundamental rights. And if anybody is doing wrong, and nothing wrong in arresting Chandrababu Naidu or anybody, any other chief ministers of the state, and many chief ministers of many states have been arrested. So if they are doing something wrong, they should be arrested. Nothing wrong in it. But the way the arrest took place is objection.
Yeah, so I'm going to spend more time with you, because
not going to.
Yeah, Mr. Satya Garu, I'm going to spend more time with you, considering you are in transit, and thank you so much for making the time to join. Therefore, I'll go to Sai Shekhar and Suresh Kochatil. Thank you for your patience, but just give me, because he's just flying off right now. I can hear the announcements from the airport also. So Satya Garu, I want to ask you do you think it's vendetta? What the TDP is saying? I mean, I get it, that maybe there were allegations, there was proof, etc., etc. But, when there was enough proof, there was enough kind of, a notice given to him. Where does vendetta come here? What is the way to arrest someone? The same thing was said when Senthil Balaji was arrested in Tamil Nadu.
Yes. No, arrest is also not, nobody is objecting. What is happening is, he's not going to run away. He could have been filed the charge sheet, and they would have gone ahead. If further investigation is needed and they want to get the information, they should have actually, according to me, as per the law, they should ask the governor permission also. They should intimate the governor this is going to take. But what the plea YCP is taking is that when this offense took place, at that time, that law was not in force, that you should get the clearance from governor or inform the governor was not there. But what I say is, arresting is not wrong, and Pawan Kalyanji's support is not going to say that there is an alliance between TDP and Jana Sena. It's not there. You see, he is there he wants to see, for even Mr. Pawan Kalyan also, his fundamental right has been denied to attend, move freely within the country is one's fundamental right. And then under Article 19(1)(d), any Indian go anywhere and live and move. But they said no, you should have taken permission. But see that those are the things. Actually, the state government itself is becoming instrumental in destroying the law and order situation.
I want to ask you, Satyagaru, that except for Purandeshwari, no central leader from BJP has actually so far, I mean, even as I am doing this bulletin right now, has reacted to the arrest. I mean, there has been so many, I mean, he's met with the central leadership, there was a big question mark, they are going to sign on dotted, line, etc. But as I see it, he stands isolated so far as the BJP is concerned. What is Janasena's stand on that, considering your leader is extremely close to the central dispensation, Mr. Bolisetti?
Yeah, actually, even my leader said the arrest during the G20 time is wrong, because the whole world has come to India, and we are not bothered about taking advantage of this as a state. We are actually taking vendetta. Now, see, what is going to happen if you arrest today or after a week after the G20 is over? There is nothing wrong, right? You can actually see, even if Chandrababu Naidu to be arrested, they should have done in a more appropriate way by saying that, okay, we give the notice. Earlier, similar economic offences committed by Jagan Mohan Reddy or worse than this, 46,000, 40,000 crores. And at that time, they did not put the things like this. What I say is it should have been a better way. In all the YCP leaders gone above the board saying that Chandrababu Naidu will not come back. Even if he come back, we will find some other place to put him back. So this kind of vendetta should not be there. You should treat anybody and everybody like an individual citizen of this country, and nobody is an exception, including the Prime Minister. Only thing is, follow the due process. I think the due process is not followed with regards to intimation to the governor.
Yeah. So let me go to Sai Shekhar. This due process has not been followed, Sai. That's what they are saying. That's what Chandrababu Naidu is saying. There is, there is proof. Everyone has seen, read reams and reams of paper on what really happened in the skill development scam. Also earlier when the IT, served them a notice, he said there is not enough evidence. I don't take it as final. The point of the matter is that, when it comes to CID or ED, what I know is, like in Senthil Balaji's case, they said, why are you picking him up at this time? ED has the right to pick you up at any time, to interrogate you for as long as it wants to. Where is the personal vendetta angle coming here, Sai Sheikh? Tell me. You have to unmute.
Before I respond to your question, I want to submit my objection to your opening remark that Chandrababu Naidu has created Hyderabad, Cyberabad and all, and credited with, making it a world-class city and all. I have a very serious objection to it. I have been here in this city for 35 years. I have seen through what he has done. He has taken the advantage of Narasimha Rao's economic reforms, and that time, incidentally, Bangalore, Tidal Park, then Pune, everything developed. So no single person can be credited with the development of cities in that sense. So, and also IT. And my objection to it, madam, please take it as my humble submission. Number one. And hello?
Go on.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And now coming to your question, I don't see anything wrong in the way the CID has gone and arrested Mr. Naidu. Nobody will deal with an accused with kid gloves. It is not done in that manner. We have seen, was Karunanidhi handled like that in Tamil Nadu? You know it better. In 2001, when Jayalalitha became the chief minister,
right,
and political vendetta exists between political parties, and it has been very, very bitter, and it's becoming much more bitter of late between parties, and this has been there. There is nothing new in this, and I don't see anything wrong. And regarding the procedure, informing the governor, when Jagan Mohan Reddy was arrested, he was an MP. Was the President of India informed at that point in time? So that is not all that is not required. If Chandrababu Naidu was the Chief Minister, then the governor's permission would have been required.
Right.
But Chandrababu Naidu is just an MLA right now. So, and the government of Andhra Pradesh is acting on a charge that it has leveled against him over a deal that was done during his regime as the Chief Minister. Whether that is right or wrong, let the investigation decide.
Right. Suresh Kochatil, I want to come to you now. Thank you so much for your patience. Suresh, I want to know from you that, the timing of it all. The thing is that pretty much what Sai Shekhar said, pretty much what everyone is saying, and I also believe that there is a process in place. If that happens, unless it is, you are dragged, or, he spoke about Karunanidhi, but Karunanidhi also, I do not know, I will not comment on the situation, but he was dragged, he was an old man, and one felt sad because it was, wee hours of the morning, and to be dragged like that at an age like that, and particularly when you are ailing, you do feel bad that everyone has dignity. You could be anybody, but particularly ex-chief ministers have dignity. Now, coming to this, do you think because the elections are close, in Andhra Pradesh, there has been a lot of toing and froing, there is a lot of kind of, Chandrababu Naidu has been leveling allegations after allegations. Do you think that, of course, there must have been a due process in place, but the timing of it, do you think it's orchestrated, Suresh, smartly?
I think the timing will never be right anytime, because anytime you arrest somebody, it's the wrong time. That's a problem with politicians. Either they feign illness or they say that they are not well, then they don't want to be arrested. Who are you to arrest me? In this case, not many people are aware, I think, that Chandrababu Naidu is accused number 37 in this case. He is not the accused number 1. The accused number 1 are many other people, including Siemens Corporation, which actually was supposed to deliver the product, which was not delivered. There's another company called Digitech or some Digital or something that I don't get the name exactly. Now, these companies were supposed to be delivering this product to the students.
Yes.
Actually, the ones who were supposed to be trained in IT.
Right.
But what happened was effectively that these children were not given the training that was required to be given, and they went out the window. And that is what actually happened. And then, suddenly they lost everything. There was nothing to be given. And strangely enough, Chandrababu Naidu has now been arrested. And I don't see anything wrong in that. Chandrababu Naidu, if he has done something wrong, definitely he needs to be arrested.
Yeah.
And if he has actually been an accused in this case, as it looks right now, because the amount siphoned off is 270 crores, which people like Sai Shekhar will laugh at it and say, I know bigger things have happened in Hyderabad. Bigger money was made in the real estate in Hyderabad, which is true. Everybody, think of it, Jagan Mohan Reddy was in jail for a long time, and very few people had sympathy with him in those days, but there were many people who felt it was wrong to jail him for something that his father did. And, it was kind of a vendetta politics at that time.
Right.
Many people accused Sonia Gandhi of being behind it, saying that she is the one who got it done.
Right.
All those accusations were thrown in the wind.
Yeah, but this is,
simple.
You're right, Suresh. And this is not the first time that an ex-chief minister has been arrested. We have lists and lists. We can show you and the viewers graphics, of course, you must know. But then there have been lots of others like J. Jayalalitha, Lalu Prasad Yadav, all of them who've been arrested for the scam, disproportionate assets case, and there is a long list, even Om Prakash Chautala, etc., etc. But the point is, like you said, that the timing of it, you are very correctly said that you can arrest a chief minister, ex-chief minister, I beg your pardon, any time, and the timing will always be seen as wrong. But the larger question is, will it change the politics of Andhra Pradesh? Because the elections, it's not like the elections are 2 years away. It is pretty close now. So, Shyam Prasad Meka, do you think that this time around, with this happening, also Pawan Kalyan joining hands with Chandrababu Naidu saying, someone who has helped me in the past, I am helping him, this is anarchy like situation in Andhra Pradesh, what about human dignity? He has said a whole lot of things and lying on the floor, he's done everything possible, people have seen him, he's an actor, but he has a great following as well, and he is of course a politician. Do you think that this in many way will kind of change the, there will be a tectonic shift so far as politics in Andhra Pradesh is concerned?
Sudha, normally that's what you would expect. But you know what is happening in Andhra Pradesh, especially is all these three leaders. See, Jagan Mohan Reddy, Chandrababu Naidu, Pavan Kalyan, they have already trained and coached people to be like vociferous party karyakartas. So there is nothing like any sympathy. There is people who feel bad for Chandrababu's arrest. There are people who are going to celebrate Chandrababu's arrest. That's the level to which they have trained and made the people of Andhra Pradesh. So I don't think there will be any, the battle lines are clearly drawn. People are choosing their sides and they are going to either celebrate or feel bad about it. As simple as that. There are no neutrals left in Andhra Pradesh. That's the problem. Nothing will happen out of this exercise as we would normally expect.
Sai Shekhar, you know, the thing is that every case has history. You may remember it very well. All of you who follow the politics of the Telugu speaking states very closely remember a man called Manoj Vasudev Pardasni, you know, in 2019. According to his statement at that time, he had raised bogus contracts for siphoning of funds by SPCL to generate cash through fake subcontractor companies. So, all I am saying is I am putting things in perspective. Now, the thing is that although Chandrababu Naidu has raised objections and said this is not the way a notice is actually served, you have not done due diligence. I want to ask you something, that sitting in that trailer when they first the officers came to, you know, arrest him, sitting it, he said this is my way of protesting, and because Jagan Mohan Reddy is the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, I was not accorded the dignity. Do you think this is just political drama, just optics to gain some sympathy? Because, you know, obviously section 144 is also in place so that there is no trouble.
Yeah, you are right. Your observation is 100% right. It is a political drama. The police were ready to airlift him from Gorakallu Airport, Orvakallu Airport in Kurnool district to Vijayawada, which could have been easier. But he preferred a road journey. And a normal road journey between Nandyal and Vijayawada is about 6 hours. But this man's convoy has taken 11 hours. Who has prompted all the hangama that happened en route at some places where TDP was strong? And why did something not like that happen in other places where TDP was not strong? It is politically motivated, and he wanted to, you know, cash in on the opportunity to gain sympathy. I don't think, I completely agree with Shyam Prasad Meka when he said, you know, these three leaders, not just these three leaders, everyone have trained their cadres in this manner that, you know, they are vociferous, they are made vociferous, and beyond reason they can argue. So, and for that reason, everybody wants to cash in on the situation, and it's completely political. What Chandrababu Naidu has done yesterday was also totally political, nothing other than that.
Yeah, Suresh, you know, a lot of experts said that the India bloc, a lot of leaders have gotten, I mean, this is a cynical view, maybe some may say, with apologies to Shyam Prasad Meka, but the point is that they say that they have all gotten together because the dagger or the sword of ED and other investigating agencies is actually right in front of their eyes and, you know, going right, left like a pendulum. So they decided to come together. I want to ask you that, you know, the BJP with whom Babu has been flirting now for the longest time, he's also regretted in public that the last time, you know, our marriage really went bad, I shouldn't have done what I have done, I'm waiting. Do you think that the BJP is now really totally written off Chandrababu Naidu and actually does not want to associate with him at all? Otherwise, look at it, not a single leader from the central dispensation has even spoken about the way an ex-chief minister, forget about political differences, has been arrested. Do you think it is curtains for Babu so far as BJP is concerned?
Yes, I think BJP had enough of Chandrababu Naidu. Because not once but twice, I can say 2.5 times, Naidu has actually stabbed BJP behind the back. Remember the 2019 election, the drama that he created by going around the country and, you know, holding rallies in Kolkata, holding rallies in Vijayawada, saying that he's going to be the next Kamraj of Indian politics. he is going to decide who's going to be the prime minister and all that jazz. And after the election, Chandrababu Naidu simply disappeared. Nobody knows where he went. That is the problem. Chandrababu Naidu thinks that he can do what he wants, which is not correct, because he cannot do what he wants. And that is the problem, because nobody takes him seriously. His community, his caste, of course, there is a big caste equation. I think after UP and Bihar, possibly the state with the kind of biggest swing toward the caste factor is Andhra Pradesh. Telangana does not have much of it. So caste plays a very important role, and definitely Naidu's caste will back him, his community will back him. And that is very obvious, which is why you see, even a person like, Pawan Kalyan kind of going along with it. One wonders, what does Pawan Kalyan have to do in this entire bargain? But you remember, there are seats where Pawan Kalyan gained hugely last time at the expense of TDP. And that is because of certain, vote transfers being done to the Janasena party. And we're going to see that more often now, because even though Pawan Kalyan may draw crowds, he's not able to shift those votes. So Chandrababu Naidu, yes, BJP will not touch him with a barge pole also. That is for sure, because he doesn't bring anything to the table. BJP cannot on its own win, nor come with Naidu and win anything. And that is one lesson which BJP has learned the hard way.
Yeah, Shyam Prasad Meka, do you think that, Jagan Mohan Reddy, I mean, no politician in this country is invincible except for one or two, I will not name them, but then I am asking you that, this whole thing about anti-incumbency, somewhere, Jagan Mohan Reddy is also facing anti-incumbency, and to a large extent. I mean, look at the neighboring Chief Minister, Chief Minister KCR. The surveys are showing him to be in very good shape, but then he is also very, very cautious. No, the surveys are, some of the surveys are showing him that he is good. There is infighting, of course. There is also, but the point is that he is doing cosmetic surgery and he is trying to, that's what politicians do. Now, the thing is that there is also fear, some experts are saying that Chandrababu Naidu could actually work on the sympathy factor. An old man at 73, being isolated. I will read out his statement. Even the common man has the right to know the grounds for his arrest. The government should prove the crime. Justice will prevail finally. I am asking you, as a political analyst, do you think that there are some chances of the tide turning towards Chandrababu Naidu and giving him another chance, or you think that ship has sailed long time ago?
I think that ship has sailed long time ago. Since you were mentioning about Chandrababu's flirting, name me a party with which he did not flirt. He flirted and dumped all of them. So he lost his credibility there. Even with the people, he flirted with certain sections of the people, trying to nurture certain vote banks and then dumping them for something when something else is there. That's the unfortunate thing for Chandrababu Naidu. That's where this sympathy factor is not coming out. And second, you mentioned about the India Alliance partners coming together because of ED and CBI. I don't think so. See, yeah, the ED, CBI sword is hanging over them. Okay, just if they come together, will it stop? It won't. So their coming together is for a different reason. It's the political reason. And ED, CBI is a different reason. So just because they are all together, Modi ji's government is not going to keep quiet. They are aware of it. And second, on the Jagan Mohan Reddy's government, see, one thing that is happening is, one thing very clearly that is coming out till the other day, except this operation of arresting Chandrababu, the government was perceived as either too arrogant or I don't give a damn kind of narrative is setting in. But unlike them, actually they conducted this operation very, very neatly.
Okay.
That this is not how they do it. They will fumble it normally, but this time they did it very, very carefully.
Right.
That's the one change I have seen.
Sai Shekhar, some of them, this is all in the realm of speculation. I am adding that as journalists we have to be very careful. I do not know anything about investigation agencies or the police or what are the rules or legalese, I do not know. But some of them are saying that this may be a very long overhaul for Mr. Naidu. He may just be in there for more time than what anyone, no one wants to be in jail, but this is going to be uncomfortably long. I am asking you, if that happens, In our country, politicians have fought elections from jail and won. You know, we have cases like that in the past. Do you think in such a scenario, does Chandrababu Naidu have a chance then? Sai Shekhar.
I want to make it very clear that a person being imprisoned will not generate any sympathy. If that is the case, Jagan Mohan Reddy would have become the chief minister in 2014 because he was released from the prison in 2013. And he did not become the chief minister. He lost the opportunity by a whisker. Because, thanks to Mr. Narendra Modi and BJP and scant support by Pawan Kalyan, with that 1.95% vote difference, Chandrababu Naidu could become the chief minister in 2014. So sympathy factor does not work. And if Chandrababu Naidu has to face a long haul in the legal wrangle, so be it. But I don't think people are going to veer towards him for this reason, or for that matter, for any reason, because as Shyam Prasad Maika was talking and my friend Suresh Kochatil was talking, Chandrababu Naidu personally and politically, unfortunately, lost credibility. He has flirted with all political parties.
Right.
He has been there with everyone. So I don't think people will, weigh the option of he being imprisoned as an opportunity for them to enthrone him again.
Right. Suresh, I want to ask you that, what a lot of people are writing on social media platforms. Of course, the cadres are very, very active. If you go to X, earlier called Twitter, you will see how the cadre, minute after minute they are posting something or the other, and they are making a folklore about their leader being in jail, being in the same Sneha, that that section which apparently he had inaugurated, so much like Kaidi number 782 and all that, they are creating this whole filmy thing around him. But I want to ask you, the allegation, the alleged allegation against the accused who's sitting now in Rajahmundry Central Jail is about siphoning off money which should have gone to unemployed youth. There is of course something called moral rectitude. Do you think that is something which in public perception is going to go very, very badly against Chandrababu Naidu? That is my question to you. And also number two is Nara Lokesh actually ready to take on the mantle of his father?
Well, I'll take the second question first, and I'll tell you that Nara Lokesh can be compared to Rahul Gandhi. Both are disasters in that respect. There's no way that he can take over TDP because he's not a natural leader. He is just foisted because, again, TDP, like the other private single party, individual, family run companies, are all private limited companies where the chairman's son becomes MD and MD's son becomes CEO, and it goes on like that. The first question, definitely, what about Chandrababu Naidu? Remember, there's 3 other cases pending against him.
Sure.
And in this case too, he's accused number 37. Now, what's going to happen is the AP government is going to keep up the pressure. The moment he comes out of one case, there'll be one more against him. And he comes out of that, there'll be one more against him. Now, Naidu is basically, I told many BJP leaders and asked him this fact. Do you know where the Jubilee Hills Center for the Skill Development Center of Narendra Modi's Prime Minister's this skill development program, Kaushal Yojana, where is it located? And nobody knows. And I can tell you where it is. It is located in the TDP office in the NTR Bhavan. Now look at the connection. You connect the dots now. The Skill Development Center of Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Yojana is located in the TDP office in Jubilee Hills. And well, I'm not saying anything, but I'm not alluding anything, but think of it. There is one case here which is going on, and there's another case which is pending. And now we find that the skill development of the 371 crores, 240 crores was siphoned off. This was supposed to be a private sector project in which the government put in the money, strangely. The government is not supposed to put in any money. And that is what the entire corruption is all about, because Naidu can take a shield behind saying that it's a cabinet decision, it's a kind of collective responsibility of the cabinet. Yes, correct. But when you're the boss, the buck stops with you, as Harry Truman once said, the buck stops with me, and that's exactly what it is. Naidu should learn to accept the fact that he made mistakes. He made numerous mistakes. There's so many allegations. Sai Shekhar can go on and on. I'm sure we had many private conversations about Chandrababu Naidu, which I don't want to bring it up here. But those are the cases which are pending against him, and he escaped. Whereas, I sympathize with Jagan Mohan Reddy that way, that he faced the music. He was in jail for a long time.
Right.
And that at that time, as Sai was saying, if that is the case, he should have won the election. It didn't happen. I mean, Chandrababu Naidu is not George Fernandez contesting from Muzaffarpur and winning the famous election while still in jail. It's a different ball game. Yes, he might still win, but Kuppam didn't really give him the thumbs up last time. He has to find another constituency. He has to find a place where his supporters or his community is in a kind of more majority out.
But thank you so much all. But one thing before I say goodbye to you is that the Andhra Pradesh elections is going to be rather lackluster then, because you have one man sitting in jail and all of you have said that he's just done, it's curtains for him, he's a spent force. And also Pawan Kalyan, who's struggling, running towards the BJP one day and then next day lying on the road, trying to kind of give support to his Anna. So I think all of this seems like Andhra Pradesh elections is going to be, maybe these people will be missed, but who knows, maybe something else will come up. As of now, thank you very much Shyam, thank you so much Sai Shekhar, Suresh, it was such a pleasure. Thank you indeed. Our next story is coming from Kerala. This could be seen as revolutionary. The decision taken by the 50-year-old software engineer turned priest KG Manoj. He always had this desire to visit the Sri Dharmasastha temple at Sabarimala, and when the Anglican Church of India asked him for an explanation for violating the doctrines and rules of Christianity, Manoj decided to relinquish his Christian priesthood and promptly returned the church license for performing pastoral services. Manoj claims that he has been an ardent believer in the spiritual concept of Tat Tvam Asi, which means thou art that. And he said, I'm spiritual, but my concept of God is beyond the narrow boundaries of religion. It was the spirituality that drove me into priesthood. In my case, spirituality is universal. I attained priesthood in 2022 and I have decided against working at any particular church. As my focus has been on working with the community, I decided against taking up the charge of any parish. Although Manoj has returned his license, he also added that he wanted to learn more about fellow religions while remaining faithful to Christianity. Look at this. He wants to remain faithful to Christianity, but he has the same kind of respect and regard for all the other religions. But then the church didn't recognize the fact that his commitment to priesthood perhaps has nothing to do with his wish to visit Sabarimala. And alas, his explanation for the scheduled pilgrimage on 20th September didn't convince believers and priests under the Chennai Archdiocese of ACI as they expected obedience and commitment to the fundamentals of the Bible from the devout and someone like Manoj. Since his license has been revoked, Manoj shan't be able to solemnize either weddings, conduct funeral services or hold the Holy Mass. But the revoking of his license hasn't really impacted Manoj in any fashion, because it seems like he's looking at spirituality from this prism of a larger goal. It's a holistic approach, and moreover, he wasn't ever drawing a salary for his priestly duties to begin with. I guess, like I said when I started this, that it's truly revolutionary that you stand up for what you believe in. So what if you're a priest or you belong to the clergy? And now let's shift focus to Saudi Crown Prince's visit to India. Let's get live to Invest Saudi Summit. The South Indian says, Vanakkam.
Gautam Adani, one of the richest men in the world, or a business honcho, accused of manipulating the market.
अदानी जी 609 नंबर से दूसरे नंबर तक कैसे पहुंचे? सिर्फ एक सवाल पूछा, नरेंद्र मोदी जी आपका